Have you ever had the thought that breast cancer couldn't happen to you? Many people do. You know, you hear the cancer word and you think, oh, it always happens to the other person. It won't happen to me. That's what I thought in 2006. And then at the age of 40, on my very first mammogram, I was told that I had a lump in my breast. When they did a biopsy, come to find out it was cancerous. Never thought it would have happened to me. In the United States, there are about 12% of the women in 2014, about 12% of the women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Of those cases, that ends up to be approximately 232,670 women that will be diagnosed with new cases of breast cancer. And approximately 44,000 of them will be expected to die within that year. Of all the cancers, breast cancer in women is the most common About 85% of the women that have breast cancer don't even have a family history of breast cancer. Breast cancer, however, remains one of the major concerns in the medical field, mainly because it has many forms and can strike a large number of women. There's 3 ways that women can prevent breast cancer, and I suggest that you use all 3 ways, because with all 3 ways, that's how I was actually able to diagnose my cancer. Like I said earlier, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2006. I had a biopsy, did the lumpectomy, did radiation treatments, and continued treatments for the next 4.5 years. At 4.5 years, I was getting my 6-month checkup, and I was re-diagnosed with cancer. This time, it was found not only on a mammogram on the one side, but it was also found with an ultrasound on the other side. And like I said, there's 3 ways that women can prevent breast cancer. There's the self-breast exam. Nobody knows their body better than you. Things to look for are changes in the skin, moles that are changed, the nipple discharge, anything like that. If you see any of those signs, I would suggest strongly that you go and have a follow-up, especially if you're not at an age where normal mammograms are expected. Another way is, like I said, a mammogram. I am so grateful that I went and got my very first mammogram at the age of 40, because it was at that time that I was diagnosed. Mammograms are very simple, little discomfort. Basically, all you do is, this is what a mammogram machine looks like. If you see the lady that's there here in the blue, she's the one getting the mammogram. You just step up, they put the little machine on it. They squeeze, the machine will go over the top, and it squeezes, and it presses down on the breast to make it flat. The flatter the breast, the better picture that the technician that's standing here will be able to see. This is the #1 way that most women actually get cancer diagnosed. A second way, which I am so grateful that happened to me, is by the use of an ultrasound. Just like when women are pregnant, it is the same type of thing. Exactly the same. They put the little gel on you, it's a little cold, they put it on you, and they do it. The reason that you need both the ultrasound and the mammogram is because the mammogram detects the ductal breast cancer, which develops in the ducts, and usually will form in the form of calcium deposits. Whereas the tissue breast cancer is more detected in an ultrasound, and they can detect whether or not in an ultrasound whether or not the tissue has any kind of disformities in it. I suggest very strongly to all women who are out there that have never thought that breast cancer can happen to you to go and start young in knowing your breast and get a mammogram at the age of 40, even if you don't think you're a risk. I was an extremely low risk. I was a 5% risk factor in 2006 when they diagnosed me with my cancer. So please, I encourage all women to go and get this done. It is extremely important. The sooner you catch breast cancer, the more likely you are to save your life. Breast cancer is dangerous because because when it develops outside of your milk ducts, it becomes extremely aggressive. When it becomes extremely aggressive, it quickly enters into your lymph nodes and can quickly spread to the rest of your body. So the sooner that you can detect it, the better off that you are. I am so grateful that I went at a young age and had my breast cancer done, because it honestly saved my life. You're next, Danny.
Yep.
Hmm.